Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jana and you're watching Curves on the Road. Today I'll show you 10 things that you can bring from Brazil as a present or a souvenir, or actually 9 things plus 1. Just keep on watching to find out. Number 1 absolute must is Brazilian coffee. Brazil is the biggest producer of coffee in the world for 15 years straight, so it's an ideal present. It's not extremely heavy, it's very typical, and if you're a coffee lover, you might be in for a treat. Be careful if you're buying the grains, no problem at all, it'll be a good quality, but if you're buying coffee that is already grinded, make sure you get the high quality one because there are different grades to the coffee.
Gourmet. When you see gourmet,
it's good.
Gourmet or special.
Special or gourmet. This is a perfect present. It's basically dried banana with sugar, 2 ingredients, nothing else. Very Brazilian and yummy. I have brought bananinha for my friends home, but they weren't all over the moon from it. So taste it, see if it's your thing or not. For me it was fascinating that it's quite healthy and just 2 ingredients, but it's not everyone's taste. It's like a very, very ripe banana and really, really sweet. Another perfect candy to bring is paçoquita. It's basically all peanuts, a little bit salty, very sweet, and a bit of addictive. I had probably the best feedback from paçoquita. Be careful, when you open the package it starts falling into pieces, so to carry it home in a solid state, maybe opt for like a box, like a solid box that will keep the pieces intact, because if you take just the package you're risking that you'll bring a flower. If you get a chance and you go to some store that sells homemade products, they also do paçoca, because it's basically just crunched peanuts with sugar. So highly recommend. They are harder, they are not so crumbly, they are denser, you don't need to eat that much of it, and it's delicious. It's either paçoquita, paçoquinha, or just paçoca. Another candy that I would suggest you to try is cocada. It is basically coconut with sugar, and if you buy it in the store it's a little bit hard and chewy, but if you get a homemade it's much softer and I prefer it. But give it a go, see, and let me know down in comments how you liked it. Brazil also produces chocolate, so you can get some traditional chocolate. For me, more interesting than the actual final produce is the plant that it is made out of. They have the cacao plant to try. It's actually a fruit. It tastes nothing like chocolate. Like, it's a fruit. When you cut it open, there is some meat surrounding the beans that are actually used for chocolate. Not sure I would have to have it every day, but you give it a go once you're here, and then you can take home a chocolate as a souvenir. Another candy that I highly recommend is this one. This one is Sonho de Valsa, but there are different names like Ouro Branco and many different brands. What it is in principle, it is basically a praline covered in like light biscuit and chocolate. It's really nice. It is like, if you like these sweet kind of things, I don't know, maybe Kinder Bueno is the nearest with the taste, but a little bit different. It's like thicker, the filling is thicker in this one. If you want simple chocolates that you're sure 90% of people will like, this is your safe bet. And they, as you can see, they have huge 1 kilo packages, so you can buy a lot and then distribute it to your friends. Or, you know, when you come home and you feel you miss Brazil, you can just munch on it yourself. If you want some adult beverage as a souvenir, go for cachaça. It's the traditional Brazilian alcohol spirit. It's quite strong. Despite it being made out of sugar cane, it is not sweet. It is like vodka, I would say, or maybe more rum, because rum is also made out of sugar cane. It's usually transparent. It's not like rum that it would have the brownie color. They drink it here with lime and sugar. They call it caipirinha, and it's the most favorite cocktail here. So caipirinha here, and you can take cachaça home. Don't plan to buy spices because Brazil is not very spice-oriented country. The food is not extremely spicy, and they don't have a wide range of spices that you could buy and use in your cuisine. They usually just use salt. Brazilian spices for barbecue. Just plain salt. Most of the souvenirs I mentioned you can actually buy in a local supermarket. We are now in Pagamenos, which means pay less. And they have everything I showed you from the food and beverages side. If you want something, let's say, cheaper and also, definitely Brazilian, what Brazilians actually use, you can just come to a supermarket. It's as easy as that. Good present is the Brazilian jersey. Brazil is famous for its football teams, and they have the original jerseys. So not only you can buy the jersey, but you can have your name or the name of the player you like the most written at the back. So you can surprise somebody with their name on it, or if they have a favorite player. Definitely something original for football fans. Another wonderful present from Brazil, or a souvenir for you, is cosmetics. Be it some rainforest skincare or some shampoo, or if you want some makeup, they even have really good brands. With the makeup, just keep in mind that, for example, the base is structured and developed for humid climate. So if you take it somewhere else in the world, it might not be as good as at home because simply the conditions change. If you're looking for a shampoo, I can swear by Natura. They have products from the rainforest, and I really like the shampoo. My boyfriend bought one and I kind of stole it from him, and he doesn't even have the same type of hair as me, and it still looked amazing. So now I'm gonna pick the right one for my hair type, and I'll give you some feedback. They have cosmetics from the rainforest, and you can see which of the plants they're using on the map. So guys, here it is. I got shampoo, conditioner, and a mask that you don't wash afterwards. So styling cream basically. And they even gave us some presents and 20% discount. You have to love it. Definitely go to Natura. Perfect souvenir slash present idea is a capybara plushie. Capybaras are native to South America. You can find them in the lakes around the country, and actually being popularized lately. People like them for their docile nature and how chill they are. Actually saved them. I'll tell you the story. Actually, the capybaras were contracting some ticks, and they're quite and there were some people saying, let's kill the capybaras, but thankfully they became so popular that they found a different solution. So actually this is where social media might have saved the animal. Now they even make cups with capybara. That's how their reputation improved. If you're in need of a footwear and you want something typically Brazilian, get yourself Havaianas. Those are the flip-flops that are worldwide known, and actually anywhere else in the world they are quite pricey. So maybe you could get yourself a souvenir, something very practical and cheaper than at home. For me, honestly, I don't like the shoes that go in between your toes. I'm not used to it. I've never used it as a kid, and now as an adult, yeah, it bothers me. For me, they are not that practical or that comfortable. Also, they don't have very high arch, and my arches are super high. So personally, I can't really I bought one pair, but they are low. They have like low arch. I had to give them to my mom, but they are beautiful colors, cool designs, and they are very comfortable if you fit the mold. If you prefer to get a little bit more pricey present, you can buy something with the precious stones. Brazil has sources of the precious stones, and you can get from a little toucan with a little bit of the stones up to like a huge stone, everything in stone, and then it will get pretty pricey and pretty heavy. So it depends on your budget and your luggage allowance. The ninth thing I would recommend for you to bring as a souvenir are, of course, fridge magnets. I'm quite passionate collector, so you can't blame me for recommending this. Of course, you can replace it with whatever little thing you bring from the countries you go to. I love the magnets. They are small, they are not usually expensive, and you can find them in every country. And Brazil has a lot of cute magnets. These are just that I collected recently. And the 10th souvenir that you can bring from Brazil is not for everybody. You should be single. Well, if you're not, it would still work, but might get you into trouble. And my advice is get a Brazilian boyfriend. They are amazing, I can say, based on my experience. I can't advise you where to get them in Brazil because mine was already imported to Europe. But generally, 10 out of 10, the best one ever. So that's it. That's the whole video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you give me a souvenir thumb up? And you can subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and bye!